everyone, it is Rambling Hour with Lisa, season 11, episode 4. I hope everybody is good and that you guys have had a good week since last I saw you, which was last Sunday. So I put a red star sticker like where the cameras are so that it like makes me focus over there on the cameras instead of looking at myself on the screen. But I will just check myself in the screen too now that I've got like the view. So I'm in the garden I'll just with the big tree. Oh yeah, you can't even see the big tree. I moved the camera too far forward. Anyways, the big tree is behind me. Oh, now look what I've done. I did this last week too. Just trying to show you guys something and I ruin everything. Okay, let's do this. Mom says, oops, what happened? Hi, Lisa. Oh, I was trying to show you, because it looks like this is the big tree here, but this isn't the big tree. This is like a smaller one, and then the big one is that dark one here that's way up there. So, but the sun sets over there. So this will be a nice view for right now. You can see the sun still peeking through. And yeah, so I just, the greenhouse is that way. So this is the other way, facing towards like our dining table outside and where the big pond will be when I dig it out. I measured the big pond the other day, and as it is right now, if I dig it out, it's 12 feet by 7 feet. So I think I'm gonna do part of it at the back, a 4 by 4 foot plunge pool. So that means it's gonna be like 7 or 8 feet deep in a 4 by 4 square, and then it'll be steps out of that, so that'll be really deep over your head, where on a hot day you just jump off what's going to be like the little dock thing and you jump into Mom says she can't hear me. Can anybody else hear me? I shut off my headphones, so you should be able to hear me. Let me know if somebody else isn't hearing me, or if you are hearing me, because it'll be a waste of my time if I just sit here and nobody can hear me. I don't know if anybody else is watching yet, so Mom, let me know if it changes, because there's no mute on here. So let's see. Oh, there, I muted it and then unmuted it. Can you hear me now? It has a little microphone, but Steve bought me 2 microphones to clip on like this of me and if I have a guest, and then he bought me like a big one to talk into, and I need to try them out. And if no one can hear me, then you guys have no idea what I'm saying. I just need confirmation. Okay, I'm gonna just talk like you can hear me, and that maybe it's something with my mom's phone. I've been outside using the jet washer today, and I got all dirty from using the jet washer. So when I was done what I needed to do, I had a shower, and that's why my hair is done. Yeah, so like I said, I usually put the top half up and scrunch it while this dries, and then I'll take that down and it'll be like a big poof of hair. Hopefully people can hear me. The thing about the weather here is it might say it's like 16 still, but if you're not in the sun, it gets chilly. So it was in the 20s today during the day, but it is definitely cooled off now. So I am a bit goose pimply. I just want confirmation that you guys can hear me. Mommy, can you hear me? Oh yeah, I gotta look at the red star. Okay, when I'm looking at the red star, I guess, again, if Mom can't hear me, she's not going to know what I'm saying, and I don't know who else is watching live right now, but I'm wondering if when I look at the red star, it looks like I'm looking at you, because I'm actually looking into the cameras. This phone has more than one camera, I think. So, actually, I think it only has one camera on the front of the phone like this, or the back of the phone, whatever you want to call it, the screen of the phone. Can you hear me, Mom? Mom says you're back. I never went anywhere, but maybe I need to shut off my Wi-Fi if it's acting up. Mom, can you hear me? I think I put too much mousse in my hair, so it's very crunchy right now. Okay, Mom, good. A few things. Did I glitch and cut out, like, my internet, or is it just that you couldn't hear me? Maybe I should turn my, I wonder if I can move the comments, but I was going to say maybe I should move my camera, like, turn my phone the other way, so my camera's on that side next week, because that's where the comments are. So when I'm looking at the comments, then it'll look like I'm looking at you guys. Okay, oh, okay, Mom says it's my fault. Don't worry, Mom. So, Mom, when I'm looking right here at the red star, sticker star that I put on my phone, does it look like I'm looking at you or at the camera, like, instead of looking at myself? That's the other thing I want to ask. Staring into the camera. But now I gotta look away to see when her comment comes up. I wonder if this, because this is on Facebook, if I can tune in live on my watch. I don't know. Okay, Mom says at me. Good. So I will try and focus on the red star so that I don't look at myself as much. It is still spring, technically. Oh, well, I guess if you consider June, July, and August summer, then we're in summer and people have, like, the weather is nice and everything else. So you can hear the birds nesting right now because it's evening, so they're all home. Putting their babies to bed and just having a little bit of a roost in the nest. Yeah, roosting, right? Oh, now I pulled this weird hair out of my, I don't know where it came from, but it's all wonky donkey. So, okay, so let me tuck this weird hair up into that bun thing. Okay, so look at this. I ordered like 3 new shirts online, and then I bought some other shirts from Primark, which is a affordable shop for young people. Well, anybody, but young people like it because it's affordable clothing. Mom says Felicity says hi, my 5-year-old niece. Hi, Felicity. So I'm going to show you. This shirt says here, "You are my sunshine," but I got it because I love this on the back. You see? Okay. I'm hoping, I can't see if you guys will sit up straight. All right, that's good enough if you saw it or you didn't. I like this shirt, so that's why I bought it. So what is new with you guys? How are you? What did you do with your week? Have you been out in the garden, or yard as we call it in North America? Have you been to garden centers? Have you had to work all week, stuck in an office with no windows? That's so unfortunate. But I remember that feeling of being a working person and before kids and living in the city, and when you work, especially in the summer, and it's a nice day and you don't get to enjoy it, just that feeling of wanting to get, like, once you get off work, just going and having a drink on a patio, a restaurant, a patio or something, just sitting out in the sun and enjoying the little bit that you can on evenings and weekends. But luckily for me, my main job besides taking care of the family is making this garden beautiful, so I get to work out here every day, most days. I still have to keep up with everything else, but yeah, I love it out here. So I don't know where this is going to take me, but it's obviously my calling, and where I'm meant to be is doing this, learning gardening and even learning about houseplants and stuff like that. We'll see where it takes me. 44 is not too old to sorry, there's a pigeon on top of the greenhouse, and this is the thing. The greenhouse is gorgeous and lovely, and we didn't opt to get those like pokey things on the end because they're more expensive, and the greenhouse already costs enough. But I need to put something up at the top of the what do you call it? The apex of the roof of the greenhouse, because there's a pigeon sitting on it right now. And I love looking at the greenhouse. It's gorgeous, but there's bird shit down the windows. I mean, bird poo down the windows on both sides. And if you know anything about bird poo, it is not the easiest thing to just spray off. So now seeing that pigeon sitting up there, just it's my first time actually catching a bird sitting up there, and it just makes me a bit frustrated because, like I said, the greenhouse is functional and beautiful and gorgeous inside, but it's also gorgeous to look out from the outside, and I need it to be aesthetically pleasing, so I need to do something about that. Yes, so just still trying to catch up on jobs that I should have done in the garden during the winter and spring, and trying to get things in order. But loving it. And I mean, we can talk about other things too. Do you guys want to see the world's smallest mouth guard? So I clench my teeth when I'm sleeping, and it gives me really bad headaches. Some people grind their teeth, so they'll get mouth guards for that. Well, sometimes I've had trays that go on the top, and this one is the one that goes on the bottom. But because as some of you may know, I'm missing a lot of my molars and stuff. So like even this side, like there's a lot of teeth missing. And look at the color of the container. It is like my favorite color. So this mouth guard is so cute. It is like 1/4 of a mouth. So like 1/2 of a set of teeth. That's what it looks like. I was like, what is that? Especially because I've had these like since I was a teenager. So when I had all my teeth, and it is so tiny. Like that, it barely it's just so small. But it goes on my bottom teeth. Perfect fit. I know you guys love seeing that. And my carpal tunnel has been acting up, so I've been wearing last night I wore my wrist guards. Well, I still have my mouth guard and my mask on. I was like, all right, super sexy, time for sleep. But yeah, so that I just thought I'd show you guys that mouth guard because I thought it was cute how tiny it is, especially if you play rugby or any sport where you have to wear a mouth guard too. That thing is just so tiny, and it's just pathetic how few teeth I have left on the bottom. So you can see on the on the archway over here that there's those 2 hanging pots. They used to hang on the side of one of my greenhouses before I got the new greenhouse, but I don't want to put anything on the side of the greenhouse because I didn't care if the other greenhouse, what are the things called on the side, like the eaves troughs, like for catching rain, if they got wrecked on the old greenhouses. But on this one, I'm not going to hang things on them and stuff. But they're empty because there is like things like that in my garden where I haven't bought a lot, and I don't want to buy a lot, and I haven't grown a lot. So I'm just going to leave some things empty unless I find something that goes in it. I'm not going to purposely go out and buy stuff. It's already June, so I just need to focus on what I have and make it lovely, and then I can add to it next year. I was going to show you on top of the archway. Let me loosen this so that I don't mess up my camera too much. The top of the archway that you're seeing part of the light. So I'm growing the white, that's where the stream is, and I'm growing the little white roses and the beautiful red roses up the back side of the archway, and it's made it that far on top so far, but there's some beautiful red roses in bloom right now, and then it's going to eventually go all the way back down to the bottom. I thought about it, had I started them at the same time, I could have put the red and the white one on this end too, and then they could have met up at the top in the middle, but that is where it is right now. And the stream goes in between the arch, so instead of an arch that you walk under, the stream goes underneath it. Just thought I'd show you that, and then I'll show you the big tree again. That is called a goat willow. So if you're wondering what type of plant it is a goat willow. I'm going to tighten you back up so that you don't move around. Like I said, I could go on, and there's a beautiful little rose here, and there's another one back behind me, but well, there's 2 actually, but they're not in bloom yet. I could go on and on about the garden, but not everybody tunes in just to hear about plants and gardening. So let me know what you want to talk about, put it in the messages. I was 10 minutes late today, but that's all right. I mean, I was listening to a podcast, and I was waiting for it to finish, and I was just sitting here for the last few minutes, but also setting up, like, stop pulling on your hair, Lisa, just leave it alone. Setting up the view so it looked nice. I've been working on getting guests, on a few different guests, but unfortunately none this week. So in the coming weeks I will have some guests. But for today, you just have me to put up with. Oh, there's something I was going to say. Jet washing the path, cleaning in the garden, getting stuff done. So the kids were on term break for the last week, but they go back to school tomorrow. So I'll have to get up early. I'm in the uniform for Erica. Actually, only Erica has school tomorrow. Aurora will have college on Tuesday. And Thomas got his car on yesterday. Him and his dad went and picked it up. And it's a nice car. It's a Ford. I can't remember what kind of car it is. I think it might be, no, I don't think it's a Ford Escort. It's just a 4-door, but it's like a cute little thing, and it's like a dark blue. It's very nice. And he's in intensive like driving lessons right now, so it's 10 days of intensive driving lessons, and then he has his test at the end of it. So he will be driving before you know it, and that's super cool. So then he'll be going into work in his own car before you know it, like I said. And then, because Steve is his own boss, so Steve can go into work whenever he feels like getting up and going. He likes to miss the rush hour traffic. And so, but with that, then Thomas doesn't go into work until Steve goes into work. And then for Thomas to make up his hours, Steve might have to stay later than he wants to, because Tom still needs to work. And but also, yeah, just sometimes it doesn't seem fair, because if Steve has a meeting or something, then Tom doesn't go into work because he doesn't have a way to get there, because sometimes Steve's meetings aren't at work, they're other places. But now when he gets his car, well, he has his car, when he gets his license, he'll be driving himself to work, so he'll be working the basic 9 to 5 or whatever it is, 8 to 4 or 7 to 4, I don't know what it is that the other guys work there, but he'll be taking himself to work and back, and then Steve will be able to come and go as he pleases. So yeah, so everybody's good, kids are good. Allison was at her boyfriend's last week. She's home right now. And what else? Who else? Me and Steve, I told you guys last Sunday, because we got to see the grandson Jackson last week. And then Owen and Bubby. I saw Owen a couple days ago when he... So, like I said, Thomas is doing these driving lessons, and they're at work, like basically where, like right next to where Steve's business is, so that it's easier. Steve just goes to work, Thomas does his lessons, and then when Steve comes home. Anyways, one of the days, Steve went into work, dropped Tom off to do his lesson, but then Steve had a meeting somewhere else, so Owen, because Owen works there too, brought Tom home, and so I got to see Owen the other day. But yeah, him and Bobby are doing well, and that's the family. That's everybody. Everybody's doing well right now. Nothing too crazy too. Okay, so today's actually so it started on Tuesday, so I think it's day 5. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So today's day 6 of no carbs for me and Steve. I was going to look up before to see like how many pounds I've lost. I'm not really worried about that, but I am happy about the fact that we're getting healthier. It's been a bit frustrating because like when on Wednesday I took Aurora and Erica. Steve had a meeting in Birmingham, so we went to Birmingham, and me and the girls went shopping, and we went into Primark, and they have, so Greg's is a place with like pasties and pastries, like pastries with both like fruit or meat and stuff in them. And they have the inside Primark, they have this Greg's, but it's more than Greg's. It's called like Tasties or something. And so it has donuts and like subs, like all these like wrap sandwiches and stuff and drinks and whatever. And I was like, oh my god, those donuts look good. I'm gonna have that, and I'm gonna have a steak slice, which is like pastry with steak meat and gravy and stuff in it. And then I remembered, oh yeah, we're doing no carbs, so I couldn't eat any of the stuff there. But I got the girls what they wanted. I had a Dr. Pepper, and then after I went to a grocery store and I just bought like sliced meat. Like you can get these like packages of sliced chicken that's like, it can be seasoned or it can be plain, but it's like ready to go on a wrap or a salad or whatever. And so I got some peri chicken or I got some honey ham cubes as well. There was some, honey bacon. No, not honey bacon. Honey and something else flavored ham chunks cubes. And I knew I could share that one with Steve after he picked us up when he was done his meeting. But yeah, so I just ate some meat like that until we got home. But I've been doing no carb dinners, so it's a lot of meat, a lot of vegetables, and some different sauces and stuff. Yesterday I just had a chicken salad. But for me, sometimes with salads, the worst part is the dressings, but I like either white vinegar or I like Frank's red hot sauce, especially with chicken. I like Frank's red hot sauce on my salads, so I can, those two are, besides the fact that they're very acidic, I can get away with, they're healthier choices. So Steve has a yogurt mint sauce that he uses as well. So today we're having chicken salad again. Yesterday he had, what did I make him yesterday? Oh, I made him chicken and steamed broccoli, and I did like cream of chicken soup just so it wasn't dry. But he said it tasted bland because it was chicken with cream of chicken soup, whereas the day before, or when we had pork steaks and cream of mushroom soup, it was, you have the taste of the mushrooms. Anyway, so chicken salad again for supper today, which doesn't bother me. And day 6, so once today's done, we're complete on the on day 6 of no carbs. We're gonna go back to carbs, like go low carbs after we've done, but I don't know if I told you guys or not, like in a month or so we're going to Spain for a wedding, so we're just using that as a point to see how fit we can get from now until then, just for fun, just to see where it will take us. So I have been walking with Steve. I've been and working out in the garden and everything. I've been getting my exercise, all my rings done, like my move, my stand, and my exercise rings complete on my app. But I am, because last week was a bank holiday Monday, so that meant Steve didn't go to work and stuff. Then the kids were home for the week with term break and everything. Although once I start working out, I won't have any excuses. I just thought I'd rather start it on a Monday instead of a Tuesday. So I will start tomorrow doing my yoga and shred again, and we will be back on track, because I miss how fit I was and like the muscle and everything else, like the strength. So but I'm proud to say that, like I said, we're almost complete on day 6 of no carbs and smaller portions. Not just no carbs, like smaller portions, and like no snacking. Like we haven't had any crisps, which are like potato chips for North America. Like we haven't had any ice cream treats. We haven't had any, what else are our go-to snacks? These caramel bars, like these little wafery chocolate bar things that we keep in the fridge. Just like layers of wafer and chocolate on the outside, and it has a little bit of caramel in the middle. They're quite nice. But we haven't snacked on any of those things. So if we're feeling snacky, we've had cheese, ham, yogurts, and there's fruit in the fridge too. I can't eat the strawberries, but I can eat the raspberries, the blackberries, the blueberries. So yeah, one day we had, I've told you guys this before, especially when your apples are starting to get soft and you don't want to just eat apple like that. My mom says you're making me snacky. If your apples are starting to go soft and you don't want to throw them out or throw them in the compost, but you don't want to eat them because they're not like the crunchiness that you would enjoy an apple, peel them, cube them, put them in a bowl, just kind of like what if you were to make an apple pie, but this is way quicker, and then you don't have the pastry. Just cube them. I put 2 sweeteners. Okay, so the one I made for Steve and me, because I had 6 apples I needed to use. So I used 6 apples, 5 sweeteners. Those are like tiny little, like, it just like clicks a little tiny circle thing out. Like, so 5 sweeteners, 2 tablespoons, 2 teaspoons of olive spread or butter or margarine, and some cinnamon. And then I cooked it in the microwave. It took quite a while. Like, I would stir it every couple minutes, but I can't remember if it was like 10 minutes or whatever, because you want it to be enough where you can mush it with a fork. And it just makes like, it's kind of like the inside of a pie, like a pie filling, but it's just apple and cinnamon and like the sweeteners act as the sugar, so it's just so yummy. And I love cinnamon as well, so it was a yummy snack. So things like that we're doing. I have oranges in the fridge too that need to be eaten, so I'm going to cut up some orange slices as a quick and yummy snack, and things like that. There's nuts and stuff too that we could eat, but bananas. We eat bananas. I made the egg muffin things for the morning. They're just like a muffin tin where you make like whisk some eggs, and then you can add some ingredients like peppers or mushrooms or ham or cheese or any of that kind of stuff that you want in it, tomatoes. And then you pour a little bit of egg in each of the muffin. Spray the muffin tins, like make sure that they're greased, and then put a bit of egg in each. Put a little bit of your tomato and ham or whatever, and then put a sprinkle of the grated cheese on top, and then bake them. And they come up like fluffy, especially if you whisk them really well and they're fluffy when you put them in. They're just like fluffy egg. I call them egg muffins, but not to be confused with Egg McMuffins from McDonald's. And I call them egg doodles as well. I don't know if egg doodles is an actual thing, but I just call them egg doodles. So they are yummy, quick breakfast, and you can freeze them. And then I just take a couple out of the freezer, put them on a plate, put them in the microwave for a minute or whatever, and then put them in the Ninja for the cheese on top to get crispy again. That's an air fryer. And yum. Yeah, so those have been our breakfast. What else have we had for breakfast? Oh, eggs. Just poached eggs for Steve. I like mine fried, but you don't need to fry them. If you have a good nonstick pan, you don't need any oil to fry an egg. Or you can put just a tad of water, and it's not necessarily a poached egg, but just keeps it from sticking. So eggs, and he's had bacon. I'm not really a huge bacon fan, so I've just eaten some eggs in the mornings as well. So yeah, I have taken pictures of some of the things, and I will add them to the low carb, no carb album on Facebook of our food that we did in the past. And I bought stuff to make cabbage soup. He's like, yay, so excited. But I really like the cabbage soup, so I'm excited about that. What else can we talk about? The only thing that makes me sad is that when my live is done, well, actually it gets dark at like 9, 10, dusky at 9, dark by 10. So, I will not be able to be in the garden anymore today, really, besides just closing up the greenhouse and stuff. But there's always tomorrow after I'm done I have to go to the post office tomorrow as well. And then, yeah, when I'm done my things that I need to do in the house, and I'm done my workouts, because I want to do them in the morning. I want to do them first thing to get them out of the way and feel good about the rest of my day. Then I will allow myself to be out in the garden. So there's always tomorrow. And like I said, I have to appreciate the fact that not everybody gets to be out in the garden even for a bit of the day if they're working all day and have to do the stuff at home as well. So I'm very lucky that way. So it is getting chilly out, yeah, especially with the wind and not, like I said, not being in the sun. It's not wind, it's like a breeze. But we need some rain as well, because it has been, the sun's been out, and so like I said, it's been in the teens and maybe up to 20 or whatever the last couple days, but it has not rained in quite a few days, and the grass, you can tell, I'm not one to water the grass. I want it just to have deep roots and take care of itself, but I have all the patches from having female dogs, and I have seed on them, so I have to like water the patches. Lena, come here. Lena. Sorry. Goes the doggy barks. I don't know what she's barking at. Yeah, so I'm gonna have another drink. Very tasty. So what else? So, like I said, this week was term break, and our builder was on holiday this week, but he's going to be coming to this week, I think, coming up. I don't know what day yet, but he's going to be putting in so the door between the bathroom downstairs and the garage has to be a certain fire safe door because it's a garage still. Even though we're making it into a bedroom, it's not a bedroom yet. So it has to be this certain type of fire door so Steve ordered it. It's here, it's waiting, and Fred will be here this week to put in the fire door. Once the fire door is in, he has to do the door and the new door frame. Then once that's in, the tiler can come and tile the floor and then the walls, especially where the shower's going, and we can continue to, once the floor tiles and the wall tiles are on in the bathroom downstairs, and you put the shower cubicle in, boom! Besides me having to paint, like we're tiling up on the wall where the shower cubicle is, it'll go all the way to the ceiling because that's where the cubicle is. And then on two of the walls, the one where the window is, although it's a window so it's not many tiles underneath, and then the wall where the sink and like we're probably gonna, a sink and toilet are, where it's gonna be tiled like our upstairs bathroom, so it's like 5 feet of tiles or whatever, and then there's like that gap at the top that I'll paint, and then there's one wall that will have nothing on it. It has a radiator on it, but it won't have any tiles on it, and so I'll paint that wall, and the gap at the top of the other wall is the same color. I don't know what color yet, but yes. So my point is that finally we're making progress again in the bathroom downstairs, because it all goes in, like, you can't do this until you do that, and you can't do that till that's done, and the thing before it, and yeah, so I'm excited about the fire door going in this week so that we can move forward with that. Something else, I really would like the electricians to get back here and do some work, because I like electricity outside. Right now I have an extension lead that I take out from the living room and then plug in the stream, so you can, if you're really quiet and the birds are quiet, you might be able to hear the stream, or you might be able to hear the pump and the stream. But yeah, to turn the stream on every day for the birdies to enjoy, I have to bring an extension lead outside, which is really annoying because the door won't close then, or a window is open. Yes, so I want power outside. I want power to the greenhouse. I would love lights in the greenhouse too, for when it gets dark. I can still sneakily do some gardening. And, but like right now, like I said, when it gets dusk at 9 and dark at 10, by the time I get inside and then do whatever I need to do, you know, the day goes by quickly, and then the sun comes up quick. So when we wake up in the morning, and once I'm done doing whatever I need to do to get people off to school and work, then I can get out and enjoy the day. So I do have a lot of hours to enjoy the day right now. For TV, we've been watching the show, I think I told you guys this last week, it's called Flight Attendant with Kaylee Kuko. That was Penny on Big Bang Theory, and it was just 2 seasons. We've watched both seasons. Some of it can seem a bit slow, but we still enjoyed it enough to watch it all. And then what were we going to? So we're just catching up on the last season of The Rookie, and then there's this spin-off like Rookie show. I can't remember what it's called right now, but it has to do with The Rookie. And we're going to start watching that and see if that's good. Steve, while I'm sleeping, watches Suits. That's, you know, Prince Harry of the English royal family, the British royal family. Prince Harry's wife, Meghan Markle, she was an actress before him or whatever, and she's in that show Suits, which is irrelevant. I mean, she plays one of the main characters as well, but it's irrelevant. It's still a good series, even with or without her. So yeah, Steve's watching the seasons of Suits while I'm sleeping. I've watched some episodes of it, and it's good enough that, like, it's not a waste of your time if you want to watch it, but I also don't care enough to watch all the episodes. So it's about lawyers at a law firm and everything, so, and junior lawyers and whatever. But oh, Marcel says, that's Melody's friend, Marcel, my sister Melody's friend, Marcel, says, your yard is amazing, by the way, young lady. Thank you, Marcel. This is, I mean, I don't know if you look at the pictures of it, but this is just one direction of it. But I work really hard on it, and I'm lucky enough to be home most days to work on it. So not everybody can have a garden that looks like this because they don't have the hours to put into it, because they have to work real jobs outside the house. But thank you very much. So yeah, that's what we're watching right now. And I've been coloring like these pictures while we're watching TV as well. And I don't know what else is going on in our life. Like last week, an airplane is going over right now, so bear with the noise. And now a jackdaw, which is in the crow family, decided to caw. Marcel says, welcome. So I try not to listen to my headphones while I'm outside because I'm connecting to, you know, the spirit world, nature, myself, whatever. But I have been listening to some music this week as well, on my headphones. So what else shall we talk about? We've talked about food, we've talked about television, reading. I'm still reading The Awake Dreamer by Samantha Fay. She is one half of the, what are they called? The Psychic Teachers. It's a podcast called The Psychic Teachers. And to be honest, if I was to put anybody in the category with, I mean, I know I'm biased because I'm married to Steve, but at the same time, Steve and Jackie are some of the best psychic teachers I know. And spiritual teachers, whatever, because it's not just psychic, but they are some of the best teachers I know. And when I listen to different podcasts, near-death experiences, afterlife, all these different things, and I hear stories, like, it's like anything. You got to take, everybody's experiences are different, so one person, but you can see the general, like, thing in all of them. But some teachers or some people who even are charging ridiculous amounts of money for teaching spiritual classes or Reiki or different things like that, I just, it boggles my mind because they don't seem to know their stuff as well as Steve and Jackie. But if I was to recommend somebody that you guys could listen to get very, what I feel, accurate and good information and learning, is the Psychic Teachers podcast with Samantha Fay and Deb Bowen. So that's, I listen to it on just like podcasts on my phone, but I'm sure it's available other places too. But anyway, Samantha Fay came out with a book called The Awake Dreamer, and it has to do with different types of dreams and dream world and everything else, and that's what I'm reading right now. Really enjoying it, but I don't sit down enough to read because I'm a doer. I'm a, you know, mover and shaker. I like to, hey, I just realized that these kind of match the back, like, it's yellowy orange, and then my shirt is yellow, and then, as I showed you guys before, the sun on the back is orange. So it doesn't really match, but I'll like bring these forward. All my calla lilies, and most of my canna lilies died because I didn't get them overwintering in a nice warm greenhouse or anything. So I got this one a couple days ago, and this is finally getting back to some of my canna lilies. So I can actually keep these over winter. You can just take the rhizomes out of the dirt if you want and keep them that way, or just keep the, like, when they go dormant in the pot, and just keep it somewhere frost free, and they will come back year after year. But like I said, last year I didn't, because the whole thing happened with the greenhouse not being here and everything else, so I lost a lot of plants that I didn't overwinter. But this year will be different, so this guy will be staying in the greenhouse for winter, and you will, hopefully, if I don't mess anything up, you'll see him again next year. But yeah, he's a new one, so I thought I'd have something on the table to look nice while I am talking your ear off. Is it bright enough? I mean, it's getting a little bit darker outside, so I don't know if I need to have this brighter or if that looks too bright. I don't know. I am a bit tanned, but I look a bit pale on there, but I am tanned. But the problem is that, especially with going to Spain, is that, like, there you can tell the farmer's tan, right? Like, the color difference. So I think I need to start, like, really naked gardening so that I don't have the tan lines and everything. I have been wearing shorts so that my legs get a little bit of color, but it's the same thing with my belly. Not that I'm going to be showing off my belly lots in Spain or something, but it's, like, super pale. But Steve was at a meeting on a patio this past week, and he burnt the top of his head. Poor guy. Marcel says, sorry about the dog going through the greenhouse. Oh, yeah. No, listen. The dog was fine and the greenhouse was fine. And it made a very funny video that got like thousands of views on TikTok and Facebook and stuff. And I was like in shock. Like I didn't know what to do. But luckily nothing broke. She is scared of the greenhouse now. Marcel said loved it. Yeah, it was funny. And who would have thought? Like I had a KFC like rice salad. What is it called? Like a rice box. So it's like rice and salad and chicken on top. And I was trying to carry my KFC rice box because I had just got back from from another town into my town. So I just got home. I'm trying to carry my rice box. I'm trying to, like, you know, who would have thought that me being, like, just showing people my greenhouse would become, like, that viral video or whatever. It's not viral. It's only a couple thousand views, but still, you know what I mean? But yeah, the dog, she's just scared to go in the greenhouse now. I have plants all around the outside of it, and I have stuff in the inside, too. So she can't really, besides the doors, she couldn't go through any of them. So maybe it's a good thing that she's scared of it. But yeah, Lena, the German Shepherd, is not afraid of it. And she kind of waits for me to open the doors. And she likes to go and lay in there. It's also nice that way because she is a big German Shepherd that she would lay with me in the other greenhouses. But now that this is a bigger greenhouse, there's more room for me to move around the big dog laying on the floor while I try to work in there. I haven't done as much with the greenhouse as I would love to do, and I will do in the future, but, like, this Steve, I mean, if he really thinks about it, he's a smart enough guy, he'll get it, but he doesn't really get it, is that it's, like, summer now, and whatever degrees it is outside, inside the greenhouse, you get to a point where, unless you put shading up, which I'm not doing, the greenhouse gets too hot during the day to work in it, so, that's why I bought plants that live in the greenhouse all year long and enjoy the hot and summer so that it's not, you know, it's not like totally not being used in the summer. I have all my cacti in there as well, my cacti and succulents. I think I talked about this last week. And I know that they love being outside for the summer, but I don't know if it'll be too drastic in there compared to in the house. So, but we'll see because some of them might just stay living in there all year as long as I keep the frost free. But it's a big greenhouse to put a heater on, like, to keep frost free. So, like, even if I use my paraffin heater, it's still gonna cost me some money for paraffin, right? But we'll see. There's many years and many happy memories I plan to make with that greenhouse. So, and like, yeah. Before that was so they had that was the day that it was installed, and I was home for most of the day and while they were installing it, but not like where it looked like where there's glass in it and everything else. And I had to bring Erica, our youngest, to the dentist, so I didn't get to when I came with my camera to see it complete and full. That is my first time seeing it all put together as well. So that was the day that it got installed. So, but yeah, what a funny video. And luckily, like I said, luckily the greenhouse was fine and she was fine. But it was a funny video, and I was just in shock on it, and I didn't know what to do. But I thought, yeah, maybe I should stop recording and go see Steve, and he could help me put it back in, and which is what he did. I would have been devastated if it actually, like, do you see that bird that just went there? I don't know if you saw it or not, but if you're watching this not live later, you can like rewind it. There was a bird that went there, but it actually went right over my head and then went there, and I was scared that it's gonna poop on me. That would be something to see too on my live, if a bird just plopped a dookie on me while I was on here. Have you ever had a bird poo on you? I guess I've heard that it's good luck, but you know what? I'd rather not get a bird poo on me. When I was like in junior high, so when I was like a young teenager, there was a guy that I really liked at school. I liked him for like 4 years, like really, really liked him. Like I would cry at dances over this guy. But we were at a barbecue for our music classes, and all the music classes were there, and his girlfriend, who he had for most of those years, was there as well, even though she's like a grade ahead of me. And I remember she's wearing like this shirt because it was the 90s, so it was like flowery and then sheer arms and a bird hood on her at the barbecue. And I was like, haha, because she was like really pretty and dating the guy that I liked, so I thought that was funny. But and then I'm pretty sure there has been other times when birds have pooed, but I can't think. I'm sure I got bird poo on me once somehow, but I don't remember. But my car gets it sometimes. So the problem is I drink a lot of pop during the day, and then even on here, and then I have to wee, and I'm just like crossing my legs because I still gotta ramble for like 15 minutes. So I hope I've done better with looking at the red star instead of myself while I film. I can't remember if there's anything else specifically that I was going to talk about today. I'm hoping to have a guest next week, but we will see. Like I said, there's a few people I've been talking to about guest assistant, figuring out what weeks work best for them. So Marcel says, I got attacked by a hawk one time. Laugh out loud. Oh, okay. Tell me in the comments, and I will tell everyone about it. What happened? I got attacked by magpies when I used to deliver papers. There was like trees on both sides of the sidewalk to get up to the door, and the magpies started attacking my head and pecking my head, and I've not liked magpies ever since I was a teenager for that as well. So tell us what happened with the hawk, Marcel. But for the most part, the birds here are good. It's just unfortunate that, like, if you put a chair anywhere, like, especially, like, you know, I have a bench on the dock underneath the tree, and so a lot of the chairs just get bird poo all over them. So then you don't want to sit on them because they have bird poo on, and then I'm just constantly, like, trying to hose it off. I guess you could put covers on things, but that doesn't really look nice. Or carry like a seat cover with you wherever, like, just like, okay, I'm gonna go sit over there and like put your seat, your cushion thing on that. Speaking of which, there is, for these chairs, these fold-up chairs that Steve had before I got here, for a different dining table, there's like the big like things that go in them, and they're up in the loft. I can bring those down. I need to bring the summer clothes down too, so especially because if the weather's nicer, this is the time to wear your summer clothes. Marcel says, same thing, got too close to the nest, I guess. Yeah, that was my theory, or my parents' theory as well, is that they must have had a nest, and they just attacked me because, you know, protecting their baby. So another plane. So last week it was 3 planes while we were doing the live. So far this week it's been 2. They are going to the Manchester airport. So give me something to talk about, because okay, well, we need to do the end of life question, if I can think of one, because again, I didn't plan ahead. So let's see what's happened in the last couple weeks. Something nice that's happened is that I got in the post, I got, or mail if we're North American, a nice letter from my cousin Nikita. So my cousin Maureen, Maureen is my first cousin. She was 56 and she passed away a few weeks ago from cancer. And she has 3 daughters, oldest, which is 3 daughters that are all young adults now. And her oldest, Nikita, sent me a nice little letter and also copies of the thing from the funeral. And instead of like the little card thing that, you know, or the little like foldy thing that people have at most funerals, she had like a scroll. She wanted like an old-timey scroll. So they weren't like rolled up, they were folded, but it was nice, like, you know, old looking scroll, and it had like a poem on it and stuff, and a picture of Maureen and everything, and it was very nice to get that in the post. So I guess that will be our question today. So for your funeral or celebration of life or whatever, and Maureen had told Nikita that she wanted an old-timey scroll. She like made that clear, that's what she wanted. So Nikita did, to the best of her ability, to what her mom's wishes were. So that was what I was going to say. So for the end of life question this week, it is for your celebration of life or your, oh, and I think I've told you this before, but I'll say that again. For Maureen's end of life celebration, she didn't want a funeral per se. She wanted it was a party. So it was a dinner and dance, and everybody got together and, you know, have a drink for her and everything else. So that's the thing, whether you're having a traditional funeral or a celebration of life or whatever you want to do, to memorialize it. Usually you get like the little, like I said, the little booklet or the card or whatever that has your picture on. And Marcel says, sorry, Lisa, gotta go, but hello, Bill, Lisa, Mel, Tina, Marie, McDermott family. Thank you. Bye for now. Love you guys. Okay, love you too, Marcel. Hope you have a good day. Bye. Thanks for tuning in. So, yes. So, what do you want as a memorial thing at your funeral or celebration of life? Do you want it like an old-timey scroll, like Maureen? Do you want it just... I love those like little cards from like the olden days, like the 60s and earlier. That are like this big too, and they have like a little saying or something on them with achievement, perfect week withstanding, goal achieved. And you have to stand at least once, like for a minute every 12 hours, for 12 hours a day or something to reach your goal. Anyways, yeah, so that is the question. What kind of thing do you want? Do you want it to have your picture on it? Do you want a poem on it? Do you want Bible verses on it, or whatever your book of worship is, the Quran, or the, I don't know what the other books of worship are, my brain's not working right now, or just the information of when you were born and passed away. Oh, Mom says, hi, Marcel, and then bad spelling because she spelled it wrong, but he knows, but he's not on anymore, but Mom's just saying hi back to him, so... Mom, you don't need to apologize for your spelling. Lots of us do that. As long as we get what you're saying, then it's fine. So, yeah, that is your question this week. What you want as the memorial things. If you, at my ex-mother-in-law's funeral, they had little sachets, like these little blue purpley velvet sacks, and inside were, well, it was like a little plastic thing, and it had forget-me-not seeds in it. So it's like a, you know, like things like that everybody can take one of at a funeral, like a favor, like a party favor. Or there was also at her funeral, it was almost like a bookmark, but it had seeds in it, so you could plant it. So anything like that. So that's what the question of the week is for the end of life. What is it that you want as a keepsake or something from your end of life celebration, funeral, whatever you're having? Even if you don't have one of those, you can still do the keepsake type things that can be posted out to people or whatever. So yes, think about that and write it in your book. And yes, I am desperate for the toilet, and I'm so sorry because we are still like 8 minutes away, but I don't think I can. I mean, I could if I needed to, because when I was pregnant, I had to hold it for like hours. It could take like even 3 hours sometimes to get in for my appointment, and you have to have a full bladder. In the first few months of pregnancy, you have to have a full bladder for them to be able to see the baby on the ultrasound. So I have learned I learned that you can actually hold it, but the problem is, like, if you do need to hold it for that long, most of it is basically just sitting still and not moving. Yeah, so it's not like you could like just walk around with a full bladder or anything else. So, but I'm older now. I don't know if I'll be able to hold it as long. I don't want to like wee at all. Mom says, bye, Lisa. Yes, I am rounding it up. I'm trying to like ramble a little bit to try and get it to an hour, but I really am desperate. So, I love you guys. I am glad that you tuned in. I'm glad that you tune in anytime you do, even if it's just once in a while like that, like Marcel. I don't know the last time he popped in, but it's nice to have different people every week and just for people to say hi. So Mommy can pass on the messages to my siblings as well, that Marcel says hi to everybody in the family. And everybody else, I love you guys, whether you're watching this live right now or you're tuning in later. Thanks for tuning in. Comment. Even if you're watching this later, comment, and I can read your comments and see what you think see if I did better at looking at the camera instead of myself, and just have a lovely week. And we will see you here next week, same time, same place, hopefully in the garden somewhere else with a different view. All right, I love you guys. I can't move. I love you guys. Have a great week. All right, we'll see you later. Bye.